One of the easiest, most practical, and most effective pieces of advice that I give some people is to start their day off by setting themselves up for success. And that is by having breakfast. It's been indicated we have less inhibitory control and we're more likely to make risky decisions later in the day, indicating for most people our self-control and decision-making is at its best in the morning. I find that on average, most people are able to implement a plan if they implement it in the morning versus at the end of the day. Meaning that if I recommend someone increases their protein, fiber, and micronutrient intake, they are more likely to actually achieve these targets if they consume a breakfast containing relatively higher proportions of these nutrients, compared to waiting and telling themselves they will do it at the end of the day. For example, if you're trying to get in more protein, having a higher protein breakfast will likely increase the odds that you achieve this, compared to skipping breakfast and telling yourself that you will consume it by the end of the day. Because oftentimes our circumstances change, and we are unable to do the things we had planned on. Additionally, if you compare a higher caloric intake at breakfast versus at dinner, despite eating the same amount of calories, the breakfast group sees superior weight loss and waist circumference reductions, superior measures of fasting glucose, insulin, and HOMA-IR, greater decreases in triglycerides and glucose tolerance, and greater average satiety. Additionally, if you take kids who commonly skip breakfast and provide them with a higher protein breakfast, it appears to favorably impact their appetite control. Moreover, if you give breakfast skipping adolescents a high protein breakfast, it helps prevent body weight regain, reduce caloric intake, and reduce hunger. It appears that breakfast consumption is associated with better macronutrient intake, including on average increasing the intake of fiber, fruits, vegetables, and lowering the consumption of soft drinks, as well as on average increasing the consumption of many micronutrients including thiamine, niacin, and folate. And interestingly, in that very same study, they indicated breakfast skipping is associated with a lower caloric intake, but actually associated with a higher body weight, waist circumference, and body mass index, indicating despite eating less calories, breakfast skipping may be less favorable for body composition, which could be due to a myriad of factors that reduce energy expenditure, including lowering their resting, activity, and non-activity energy expenditure. In the grand scheme of things, you might be more likely to consume specific foods that you know will benefit your health if you consume them at breakfast compared to at dinner. And it appears that a higher calorie, higher protein breakfast compared to a higher calorie, higher protein dinner is more favorable when it comes to managing appetite, body composition, and many health metrics. However, this is extremely individualized, and this may not be the case for you, but it is certainly something to experiment with. With that being said, if you would like an individualized approach to nutrition and lifestyle to optimize your health, energy, and body composition, send me a DM to sign up for coaching.